see, almost the entirety of each chip is covered in powder. You get a kind of chip that is just more powder than chip. That's ideal. This bag is above average. But when I tell you, this bag is like 30% of the maximum amount of powder that I've seen in different bags. This is like a 220% of the weak bags that I've seen. I've seen bags that when I opened them, I got depressed instantly. All joy flew out of my life because I looked at the chip and it was empty. It looked like this. And I think that's what happened. Someone got to the powder before I did. I think there's a whole operation to suck the powder right out of these. Talkies won't give it themselves, but I want it and I will find it because as they said on Dune, the spice must flow. I've never seen Dune. The spiciness level is like a bit of a 6. It's a good one. It's above average spice. It's a good kick. Compared to that chip that I ate on some mysterious channel that doesn't exist and never did exist, much like this video won't ever leave you, that video never even occurred. If that was a 10, this is a 6. Good spice, but the flavor, that's really what we're getting into here. The flavor is something that's just, I can't even match on anything else that I've ever tried. I've tried different like spicy powders. People say like there's a seasoning that you can get that is pretty good. It's not the same. And I think it's due to the MSG. The MSG. I also cut them like this because it's easier to access it, and then you can identify the ones with more powder, and that way you lose minimal amount of powder getting on your hands, and you can just make sure most of the powder gets in your mouth. I open like this so it's like a built-in tray. Doesn't make good for showing the ingredients, but zoom! There's monosodium glutamate, which is another entire conversation to have. There's a big stigma about monosodium glutamate, but apparently there's no actual research that said it's bad for you in any way. In fact, it turns out to be a pretty good flavor enhancer. But I'm not a food doctor. I don't even know what a food doctor is. If they exist. But this has MSG in it. Unless I'm mistaken, because I didn't look at it myself just now. Am I right? Okay, good. The only problem is, with the amount of salt that you're taking in, you gotta make sure you get enough water. You gotta hydrate when you're doing this. Because even one of these is probably not good for you. But I like salt. And I like these. It's like got a sweetness to it. That's a spice. This happens to be a very good bag. I am very happy. If I got this, my happiness meter would go up as opposed to being extremely depressed. My entire emotional state depends on the interior of these bags. It's like Schrodinger's Takis. My fate is sealed in the bag and I do not know until I open it. But I have found ways to try to circumvent that. I kind of feel, and if I feel more powder at the bottom, I can kind of be inclined that it's going to be that. Also, there are certain types of bags that are made certain ways. You'll see that this one has ridges on the top of it. There's some bags that have flat tops, and you can kind of judge where that one was produced, because I'm pretty sure that there are 3 different Takis factories in the U.S. I've never actually done any physical research on this. I've never seen them myself. I've just done anecdotal research from the Takis bags that I have, and there seems to be one that does lower with different type of chip, like the actual tortilla is a little thinner and a little smaller. The volume is probably decreased like by about 40%, and the powder ratio is way down. There's this one, which is good because it's a pretty average and streamlined process of the amount of powder and the amount of chip. The tortilla chips actually carry a lot of suckability, so you can suck the powder out of them. You know, I like that. I don't like it when it's hiding in the crevices. And then there's another one that is the chaos factory. I want to be in that factory. I want my life to be that factory because the people working there are just as insane as I am. They destroy every chip with bag. The entire bag is like 30% powder in the bottom of it, and it's all crumbs. And there are some weird chips that are just like burnt black triangles in them. That is the gold mine of Takis. Those are the absolute pinnacle of Takis. I went on a bit of a tangent there. I'm going to move on. This particular bag, 9 out of 10, maybe like 8.5, just because I know the scope of how good it could be, but this is a good one. So, from now on, we're going to look at the new flavors. Let's kick it up another notch. Oh, my eyes, I can't see over the effects. Oh. This is nitro. Oh, hey, Mail. Hey, UPS guy. Digitally make my hair blow back in the wind. Okay, this is nitro. I actually have had this. If you want to talk about spice, this was a 6. This is way up. I'll taste it first and then I'll give numbers. Why would I know beforehand? Well, this is sad. It's not the color difference, it's that you can tell that it's less powder. This is what I mean. This is why my emotions are all over the place. Look, you can see the surface of the chip through it. The only time you can see the surface of the chip through this one is where it's been like exposed underneath because it's like a double wrap chip and there was some flaw in the process. This is, God, that's sad. Fine. Anyway, this is gonna be sad, but I'm gonna test out the flavor of it because that's what I'm here for. Nitro. I can't even taste the difference because there's not enough powder to be able to discern it. I have another bag here. Let's see if this is much better. I buy them in 2s, and I go to different stores, and I try to pick one from there, one from there. And when I know a store has the golden bags, I buy out their entire stock. God damn everything. It's the same. Same goddamn. I gotta go. Here's an explore. Okay, so definitely that one's spicier, but because there's less actual quantity, this would be spicier just because there's more powder here. But this one is. The only problem with this one is I don't like the flavor too much. The great thing about this is it's perfectly balanced between the spice and the lime. This one is habanero. I don't really like the flavor of habanero. I know a lot of people do, but most people just use habanero because it has a lot of kick to it. It's not like ghost pepper levels, but it's got a real punch to it, and they use it for the spice. I really don't like the flavor as much, though. And the spice isn't even worth it because the spice isn't all that much different than that one because that spice kicks you harder just from the quantity. I'm gonna find the one with the most powder I can versus one I just grabbed here, and you can see it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's a disappointment across the board. This particular bag, I'm only gonna give like a 3.5. Okay, so now we've gotten out of the territory where I've ever had any of these before. These are all new. The experiences will be new. My reviews will be just as subpar as anything else. In fact, even more so. What you subscribe for, right? What did I say? And I am officially declaring that I am now the Talkie Shookie Chew. I know that John Cena was in a commercial for Talkies the other day, or the other year, whatever one it was. There's no way that guy likes Takis more than me. Maybe he likes the chip. He can eat my chips after I suck the good stuff off. Okay, we got wild. Like Wild West? Wild. Spicy buffalo. So, I can't even tell. Oh. Am I sad? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I happy? I can't tell. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy because it's an illusion, right? The color of the powder is very close to the natural color of the chip. Whenever they pull the chips off the chip tree, I'm assuming that's just the color that it comes as, much like spaghetti from the tree. Powder, is actually orangish. I like spicy buffalo wings, stuff like that. So, can't really smell anything out of it. It's kind of sad. Weird brainwave. For some reason, my taste buds are telling me that's similar to this tteokbokki that I had in Korea, which is spicy rice cake. But not good, because I'm not expecting that. As far as spicy buffalo is concerned, nothing like that. I don't taste any buffalo from that. Maybe I do, but maybe I just don't know what buffalo tastes like. But I've had a few wings in my life. I'll probably review a few wings in my life.